So I was kind of suspecting a little bit that, not suspecting, but I thought it may just be somebody who's friended me, and sometimes they're a bit shy, and so all right, so I just let it go. But typically, when people,
Okay.
when they contact you, they engage a little bit. He said hello. This was, you see, 6:28. I
Uh,
responded 2 hours later with, hey, hello, and
mhm,
then another 2 hours more or less. How are you doing? Right. I am most well. How about you? Now, normally I don't say how about you, but I thought in case, because he doesn't look like he's from Nigeria as the person is. But anyway. so so I normally just say, how are you doing? And I just say good, and then they'll say good. Anyway, so I asked them, I'm doing good. Did you heard about the good news coming on yet? All right. Well, it's not the picture that it's supposed to be. The picture shows, I don't know, Americans, I guess. So it would be unlikely it's possible, but anyway. Depends on what it is. I hear much good news every day. It's all about the compensation program for Christmas bonus. Did you heard from them? Well,
uh,
obviously I don't get a bonus, so right now I'm absolutely sure it's a scam. But yeah, already when he said, "Did you heard the good news going on yet?" Right there, next time I'm gonna say, "Oh, you know what? I'm a psychic, and I'll bet you're going to offer me something where I get money or something, this to this effect, right?" And I'll say, "See," and then I'll say, "Yeah, and I'm a psychic. I'll bet you anything this is a scam," and then see what they say. Okay, so you heard from them. Well, no, we're not interested. Okay, but then again, I see, like you're saying, see, I'm a psychic. I'll bet you anything, no matter how much I say I'm not interested, you'll continue to try and tell me what it's about, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, it's real and legit. Oh yeah, why laughing? Because it's so obviously scam and rubbish. Scam. Have you been scammed or what? No, because I see them coming like this. I'm amused at the obvious. It may be that you are naive and believe in what you're being promised. I got 20,000. Lol. So what will it cost me to get my free whatever? You just have to text the agent. Really? Because I did get mine and I saw your name on the winners list. Yeah, lol, lol, lol. Haven't you been contacted by the online representative claim agent yet? Well, if they're supposed to contact me, why are you contacting me? Yeah, seriously. Oh, come on, man. And beside which, my name, it's, anything legit is not going to have the Leon name, right? Anyway.
Yeah.
So the agent is going to charge me something or whatever. I know it's absolute rubbish because I should say, can't get any compensation because I don't get a bonus. It's so phony and obvious. It's ridiculous. Seriously, you persist despite its ridiculous
Mhm.
obviousness to me. Most amusing. What does it feel like to be completely caught out in nonsense? La la la, so idiotic. Seen my name on the winners list. Ah ha ha, what rubbish. I'm kind of pushing it a little bit, to see how they respond. It's sending me the text. Amazing your ego here. I know exactly it's a scam and rubbish and all lies, but yet you persist. Aha, super lol, no way. I'll call lol. Text the agent and stop disturbing me. Lol, you disturb me. Ah, but that's the point, you get them to leave. I'm always very amused at this, so
So,
they sent me a friend request somewhere. So
mm, wow.
it must have been because of the group, but you get it sometimes. I check out the friend request.
Bless you.
Oh, sorry.
That's
I always check out the friend request, but it looked fairly normal. So yeah, block Keith, will unfriend them. All right, so there we go. All right, very good. I blocked on Messenger, blocked on this. But yeah, I just have fun with it, and I was curious at the psychology to see what they do. And it's a bit of a public service, if you kind of annoy them and do that. Hey! I've been feeling it coming for a while, and I don't want to get it. So this is about as far as we can go. That's it.
it is
Sorry, no
actually
more
going out.
tennis, no more tennis. Yeah,
It
yeah,
is
yeah,
going
exactly.
out. It is not coming in. So
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah. It's on its way out. Right. Okay. By the way, next time you make tomato and cream, add just a touch of crushed or finely chopped garlic. It was really delicious,
Yeah.
Beena. And I put in very little. I
Uh-huh.
mean, I put in half of what I would put on a sandwich. I made a sandwich with cheese. I can eat a lot of garlic, but in the tomato and cream, it's very. I'm glad because I just put a little bit to try it, and I just did a spoonful and tasted it. It was really delicious. And then I put the amount I tested for the spoonful. I maybe put twice that, maybe three times that for another 10 spoonfuls. So, it's it's very sensitive. It's really interesting. So
Okay. So suddenly I feel that for February.
tell me afterwards. Draw it first, then tell me.
Yeah. So this
Tell
is
me what
okay.
you have drawn. Tell me what you have drawn, not going to draw. Draw,
Okay.
draw, draw. Draw, draw, draw. Draw, draw, draw. Right now, sweetness. Right now. Right now.
And this is my hand, my left hand, and
Wow. Wow.
oh, my wrist come out like really thin, which is interesting. Okay, done deal, Sil. Done deal.
Wow. Wow. Keep going. Keep going. Going. Describe what you do as you say, as you do.
This is that I was feeling like, oh, I need my hand for February. February is one of the biggest one, you can say, uh, in a circle. Uh, okay, done. Wow.
Wow, wow. Did you make the circle already? And this is what you put inside the circle? You
Yes,
put
yes, yes, yes.
a foot, not a hand.
No, 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 hand, hand.
Oh, a hand. I don't know why I thought foot for some reason. Sorry. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow, 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 wow. Very cool, Beena. Very cool. Very cool. And how does it connect?
And now I'm going to connect it. But first, I just need to draw. Let's see what comes out of it.
Oh,
But first thing done,
yes,
that,
yes,
uh,
yes. Let's see. Yes.
that
Uh,
further that it is going to be hand. It is almost like the circle is bigger than my hand, uh, like full spread, like uh, fingers on that, a part of wrist on that too, and still I have a space above that. So this circle is a huge one.
oh, fantastic, Beena. Fantastic. Wow. I'm just listening. You just, draw, share as much as or little as you like. I like it
Uh,
being fantastic.
this is the process we both are actually doing in a different way. You are doing it in an indirect way, and I'm doing it directly. So it's a beautiful thing.
Stop
I don't
for a
know
second.
why, yeah, but it is.
Yeah, a lot of requests today.
And do I share with you that Frauka suggests that uh, this thing is going to be in my room or in my
No,
house?
you didn't say, but that was rather obvious. I mean, you've been
Oh, it
on that
is
path, and
that
your relative or the person who came by the other day with the printing, suggested it, and the
uh,
bigger, the only reason to make it bigger is to put it up in your room. So
oh, it is already very big still, but
yeah.
anyway, she says that uh, uh, this thing is she will suggest as uh, feng shui, as per feng shui, yeah,
Feng Shui. Yeah,
yeah.
I know it's spelled
So
Shui, but I usually pronounce it Feng Shui. So I don't
feng
know why I
shui,
always put it that way. Yeah.
okay, feng shui.
Very cool, Bina. Very cool. I was thinking to somehow incorporate these drawings your beautiful edible gardens in some way to combine it to use the pattern of the pictures and put the plants. I don't know some way to combine it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
this is really interesting. That I'm feeling like uh, more excited about this. Yeah, no, you can say that. Yes, in that way. I'm feeling more,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it is this. The process is
Good.
getting
Good.
more
Good.
relaxed
Good.
for me.
Good. Yeah. You're connecting to your monas. That's why I'm keen on this, Bina. I feel it. There's monas for you here. It's bringing it out your monas. It's activating your monas.
Uh, yes, you're right. And this is your encouragement because of you. I'm just doing it more and more and more.
Yeah. It's not the activity, it's the doing.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
you doing in your way. It doesn't matter what you are doing. You are doing with a particular intent. And that intent is to connect you to your monas, to activate your monas. So it makes no difference what the activity is. This just happens to be a pleasurable activity. Any activity will serve the purpose here, I think.
yeah,
Very
exactly.
exciting.
No, I have no doubt about this. I have no doubt
Yeah.
about this. Absolutely. Yes.
Very exciting. Yeah, very exciting.
That will be fun if I can like do walls like this.
Oh, it would be fantastic. I would like to practice you doing a drawing interactively. You understand what I mean, Beena? Look,
Yeah.
you've been drawing you now, but I think that you can do this. You can draw someone else, via
I
talking
this
with them, via facilitating, via hearing.
Still, this is the idea.
We'll practice. We'll practice on me. We'll practice on me, Beena. We'll practice on me.
Of course, this is the idea. I'm
Yeah,
going to do
yeah.
this for you.
I'll be your guinea pig, Beena. I'll be your guinea pig. I'll be your
Oh,
guinea pig.
No, you will be my companion in this. No, no guinea pig, never.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
See,
never
I
been.
don't want to distract. I don't want to distract from your things now. So, um, you know what I mean. I can talk to them, and you can draw what comes while we talk. We can be a team.
Oh,
We can be a team. How about
oh,
that?
wow, 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 wow.
Yeah.
This is super cool.
Yeah.
This is super
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I'll have an intent then in my questioning, and I'll let them know too. I said, my intent here is to, you know, to open up the doorways to hear you, to connect to the moreness of you, to get to know who you are inside there. And yeah,
Wow, 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 wow. Oh my God,
get
Sil,
them,
this is going to
get
be
them.
really cool. Oh God, this is
Very
really cool.
exciting, Beena. Very exciting, very exciting. Oh, I get butterflies.
Oh, this is going to be really cool. Suddenly your voice is breaking. Are you listening music? Sil, are you listening music? Wow. It seems like that it is catching something else. Can you hear me?
Yes, Beena sweetness. Oh, you just stopped me from the headset. Hold on.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
So,
No.
so Sil, are you listening music on radio?
On the
Oh, you dropped off again. I cannot hear you. I can't hear you, Sil.
be back in a second.
Okay, now it's back.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's no. I was just hearing you on the phone, so we were always connected, but not on the headset. So
Okay, but still, I was hearing some noise like when we try to tune radio. It is not like coming
oh
pop.
oh so there's some interference somewhere because
Yeah.
it's not shifting back to the headset. It's not you. I'm listening to you through the phone speaker. It's not picking up the headset yet, whatever reason. So let's try something else here. Or there might be some radio waves of some kind coming in from somewhere.
Yeah.
Somebody using the microwave, or
Yes. Yes.
because
Yes.
I'm hearing
Yes.
you through the phone. Yeah, and it's not connecting to the headset, which is interesting. It says connecting, but then it doesn't connect. So put it back on again.
With just see
Yeah.
her as a young little girl. She is not, but I'm saying that.
Hang on,
Uh,
one second. One moment, Beena, one moment.
okay. Okay.
Now I'm connected to the headset. So when it went off the speaker, I didn't have the headset on, so I didn't hear you. With Ina, what about Ina?
I was just saying that with Ina, just treat her as a young little innocent girl. Um, she is okay. She gets overwhelmed easily with the moreness. like one by one, another thing, another thing, another thing. She feels a bit. This is my perspective. So
All right. I'm just going to find out what's going on with Ina.
yeah. No, sir. It's you told me that, and but and I'm with you for more than 2 years. But sometimes she gets really. We are not there where you are,
I know,
so
I know,
it
I know.
happens.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm just gonna basically, investigate into Ina and just find out who Ina is. I want to know because I never got to know that. 'Cause she just
Yeah,
listened the last time I was focused on somebody else.
yeah,
So I'm going to do that.
yes.
Yeah, actually, put off. I'm glad to see there's some posts on the offers and services. There's at least a half a dozen now, which is cool. It doesn't
Okay.
have to be a lot, but I don't want it to be a little either. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
it makes the post valid. So that's cool. That's cool, and it doesn't get overloaded with rubbish. So
Yeah.
and they all seem legitimate. It's nice. It's nice actually. They all seem nice, legitimate um, offers. So that's very cool. I don't think people want to commit to spammy stuff like that. I like that. So yeah, very cool. Do you hear the music
Yes. Yes.
loudly?
No, but
Oh,
it was very pleasant. Good.
oh, okay. It's soft by me, but I'm on the different headset.
Mm. Yeah, for me it is okay.
Between songs now, so
Mhm. I was paying attention to that how low energy plays a big role. When you were not able to hear me, and I was saying that, oh, sir, can you hear me? Can you hear me? And just after 3, 4 times, I was like, come on, sir, can you hear me? And I was like, no. And then again, okay, I become aware. Okay, so it has to be like now it has to be smooth. But no, again, when I was like, okay, sir, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? And then again, sir, can you hear me? Like, wow.
I know, Beena.
I was paying attention to how low energy. That's why I was like keen to lie down before it actually gets me big time.
I,
So,
I I would actually love to see this. Maybe I should do some research to see on like an MRI. Where they do it. Well, it's even more sophisticated than the brain imaging, where it shows where the brain fires up. I suspect we in like right now, if you look at the brain, it will be somewhere here in the frontal, top of the brain, front of the brain. That will be what's busy firing. But in that moment where you drop low energy and you get into that irritated self, I'll bet you anything it goes into the brain stem, into the lizard brain, the primitive brain. That
yeah,
brain
it makes
is
sense.
being overridden all the time, and it just waits for its opportunity. So when the other brains get tired because they're much bigger, they take up more energy. See? So when you get
Yeah,
tired, it's like
yeah.
like your computer doesn't have enough energy and things start dropping off, because there's not enough energy to run them,
Mhm.
which makes complete and total sense to me. You know, you see what I mean, Beena?
Mm. Yeah, I understand that. I think that it makes sense because I was surprised by my own lack of like,
Wow.
come on, sir, what's wrong? He cannot hear you. And I was like,
So yeah, and that
that was
part of the
really
brain is not
interesting.
logical. It's not logical, you know. It's not reasonable. Never mind, not logical. It's not
I,
reasonable. Yeah, yeah. It's
I was
primitive.
paying
It's an animal
attention to
brain. It
this,
doesn't
like,
really think. It's all just emotionality, you know. Very interesting.
mm,
Because I've felt myself do the same things. I said, come on, you're being foolish, but yet it does it. But it's a key. It's imperative for us to be aware that it's not us. It's not us. It's my ancestors. It's
I,
my DNA. It's conditioning. It's a primitive brain. It's all sorts of stuff. It's not me. Sorry, not me. Not me.
I was thinking that, oh, is it my sugar level getting down? Why I'm feeling like this? And but it was
Right.
not. It was just a low energy.
Yeah, exactly.
I was
And yes,
keen to
yeah,
lie down immediately.
right. So let's get sophisticated here, Beena. So now let's just assume this
Hmm.
hypothesis, right? That it's not us. Let's just assume what I'm saying in some way is true. All right, whether it's the actual brainstem, whether it's DNA, whether it's conditioning, whether it is an aspect, a sub personality, whether it is a
Hmm.
virus, whether it is, some parasite influence, doesn't matter what it is, right? This doesn't matter for what I'm going to say. Yeah, that right. The fact that if we identify with it, in other words, when you say, "Come on, like what the hell's the matter with you?" and you rail like this, and you do not have the awareness to separate out your your unreasonable uh, um, um, um,
Hmm.
expression of self, right? Then
Hmm.
you identify it as your own, because, well, where else, who else, I mean, in the non if you're not thinking about it, you just take it for granted. You just assume completely that it's you, right? And that's no good, right? That is absolutely no good whatsoever, because now you actually make it you, even though it isn't you. You see
Hmm.
what I mean?
Hmm.
So we have to
So
be
yeah.
very, very cautious with us. Very cautious. Right, Bina?
Yes.
Do not
Yes. And I,
identify with it, because otherwise it isn't us. It was never us. But because we never made that separation,
hmm.
we've kind of made it us because we've claimed it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hell of a way to infect one with a virus, right? Hell of a way. Hmm. Hmm. Not gonna fall for your tricks, whatever it is, whoever it is trying to trick me or whatever. Oh, sorry, I refuse. I don't want no part of that. Right, Bina?
Yes.
No part of it.
Yes. I was irritated in a very unusual way. I never been into that irritation. It will like I can get angry like big
Exactly.
time.
Exactly.
I
Bina, let me sorry, because of the
Mhm,
way the language was. I was
mhm.
temporarily
Okay.
affected by an irritation which isn't
Yes,
mine.
yes.
Different.
Okay.
See the
I
language.
was
You are so using that language. No, you were that. You don't even have to say it wasn't yours. Temperament with which I have no desire to be connected with, or to relate to, or in any way associate with. You're not even. It's not. It's not even a hint of claim in there, right? You are
yes,
completely disowning it. Fantastic.
yes. I was surprised that
Thoroughly
Beena.
affected. Yeah.
Okay, what's the point here? But
Exactly. But now again, too, again with some sophistication. Now affirm and celebrate to say, but you know what? I was able to notice it in the moment. I was able to see that it was not me. I was able to prevent myself from inadvertently claiming what isn't mine as mine, and thereby poisoning myself with rubbish that is not mine. I was able to see it in the moment. Yay, yay. Yes, Vina?
Yay. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's very important. We really need to celebrate and reward ourselves and positively reinforce and emphasize when we do things like this so that we can do it again. It is very, very vitally necessary and important. It's critical.
Uh, I don't want
Very cool
to
that you caught it,
have an
Beena.
idea.
Very cool that you caught it.
Mm, I don't want to like really pay attention to, but something you mentioned about the parasites and the external things and how it was, I was immediately refusing that idea because it makes me feel helpless. And
Yeah,
so
you
I
are
don't
helpless.
want to be like, yeah. So that's why I was like immediately refusing that idea. And also that it gives me opportunity to not take responsibility of what, like, oh, someone did that. Why someone did that? Am I that helpless? Like, okay, any external influence,
Yeah,
um, like evil eye, or okay, some people say that magic and all that, or attention. Okay, whatever the magic is actually an attention. Okay, so yeah, I was like, okay, am I that helpless? So that's why I refuse that idea to even register in my mind. But I said, okay, if he's making this point, just think about it. So I was thinking about this, but because my mind it was in completely refusal mood, I didn't get anything. Because I don't want to really be in that state of
I
mind, like,
agree.
oh,
Me neither. But this is part of this particular virus or parasite. I feel it's part of its genius. It subverts your thoughts in a very subtle way, in a way where you still claim them as your own, even though it's rubbish.
mm,
And that's what I mean. If I was that virus, very sneakily inside your brain, there, that's exactly what I'd have you think. Oh, I don't want to deal with this stuff, and that's like, and use your goodness and subvert your goodness. Well, because it's like I'm not claiming responsibility for my own nonsense. You see, it's very
mm,
sneaky. It's very critical. Very ingenious, right? So when you think
yeah,
of it really carefully, it's like, hmm, again, we don't know if it is true or not, but I will act as if, Veena,
yeah.
simply on the off chance that it might be. In my strategy here, treating it as if it is so. Does it harm me? Does it bother me? No, it just makes me very scrupulous and conscientious in dealing with whatever this nonsense is, whether it comes from me or outside, makes no difference. I'm dealing with it either way, and I'm dealing it with utter scrupulous discernment, right? So,
Mm.
so for me, there's no loss in dealing with this because I don't know if it is so or not, but I'll treat it as if, and because it doesn't matter if it is, yeah, or not, right? I get benefit either way, right? So
Mm,
matter
mm.
to me. It just leverages me to be
So,
even more deliberate, more finessed, more precise. Yeah.
so doesn't it makes us feel like, okay, oh, we are just putting responsibility on something else, external,
No,
unknown.
why, why, why? No, no, not really, Bina, because the responsibility for me remedying this external influence is still mine. Whether the nonsense comes from inside me or comes from outside makes no difference. At the end of the day, I still have to remedy my behavior, right? Responsibility for my mouth. I'm just saying, well, maybe it doesn't come from me because I know I don't. Let's put it this way: if it does come from me, I don't want it to come from me, right? And I don't understand how it can come from me because it isn't my real me. So I have to dissociate with that and say, okay, maybe it's coming from a past me, an old me, a legacy me, a conditioned me. I don't care. Either way, it's not coming from the me I wish to be, and therefore I dissociate from it. I don't dissociate from the responsibility of saying it, but I just, I'm not claiming that it is coming from the real me. I don't know, it might be, but regardless, I have to remedy and deal with it. So thinking of it as coming from a parasite allows me to deal with it more carefully, more subtly, with a greater discernment. Particularly this
Okay.
particular parasite, one that it can't make itself obvious by giving you direct orders. So it suggests things in a very subtle way. And well, okay, it must be. It uses a supposition, it uses implication, it uses assumption, all of this stuff, right? And it's subversive. It's truly, truly subversive. In That's what subversives are. If you're a
Verse.
subversive sent by your government to subvert the foreign country, you you don't say things directly. You get the people to, of their own accord, turn against the government. See, that's what a subversive does. So that's what they're doing here.
Okay.
This parasite, at least in my logic here, they're getting you to go against yourself. And this, there's a lot in me that sees this, Beena. Whether it comes from our DNA or whatever, I don't care. But I do see this very peculiar, subtle logic at work, much as we see it on the internet at work. You know,
Mm.
so you know, there's a lot to
Okay.
what I'm saying. At least let's put it this way, Bina.
Um,
As a working theory or a working hypothesis, it fits the facts really well. So because it fits the facts well and it seems true, it gives me extra energy and momentum and overview, external perspective to deal with it. If it turns out to be a big lot of rubbish, what difference does it make? It's helpful for me to get to the end point of modifying my behavior and modifying my thinking, modifying my psychology. And so it's very cool, right?
yeah, because Sir, I'm very cautious of putting responsibilities because it's a part of taking charge of my own life that I have to take
Ah,
responsibility of everything.
yeah, yeah,
This thing
yeah,
is I'm
yeah.
very cautious of. I always say that
Right,
okay, whatever it is, I did. Okay, no problem.
yeah,
Because
right. But right,
first I am a,
right, right, right.
this is how I am. But also that when I come into day of impeccability, this is what I learned. To take charge of my life, I have to be responsible. I have to be
Yeah,
responsible of everything,
right,
even if it
right.
is not
But
pleasant.
exactly, and we're responsible for what comes out of us, regardless of where it originated. See, I'm not saying, well, you know what,
Okay.
that didn't come from me; it came from my parasite, so I'm not responsible. No, 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 no. I'm still in charge, regardless of
Yeah,
that
because
influence. So yeah, so it
this
actually
is
helps
how I'm
me because what's worse, Bina, if I get into trouble for my own nonsense, okay, well, I deserve that kind of. That's fair enough. I get into trouble for something that's not mine at all. That's totally worse. That's just like injury added to insult, right? Because now there's an unfairness involved with it. And it's like that's the last thing that I want is to be responsible for what isn't mine. Because I know mine, I'm making every effort to be impeccable. But to be responsible and get into trouble for stuff that doesn't come from me, or it comes from that's worse, Bina. So it makes me hyper attentive and responsible for what I'm putting out, what I'm doing. Yeah.
yeah,
So I'm
because
using
I
it to
saw
for
that
more. Yeah.
when you don't take responsibility, you actually don't live your fullest. So
Exactly.
it is
Exactly.
to
Exactly.
actually enjoy life. I need to take responsibility, and I'm very cautious about this. No matter
Yes,
what,
yes,
I okay.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
something I
Right,
because
right,
is-
right.
yeah,
So
and
in the way I'm recommending we do it, are we not taking responsibility for that which even that which is not entirely our own, possibly? So we're taking responsibility for it all, that everything. We are being hyper responsible here. Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. It is okay. Yeah, for me, it was not because I'm very cautious of
Oh,
this
I
responsibility
agree with you, Bina. That's very cool what you're saying. Very, very cool. I love it. I
because
love it.
yeah, so. It took a lot of effort to take charge of my own life. I'm not completely there, but I want to be. So how can I not? How can I avoid
Oh,
any? So when I see any
you,
chance of it, any
you
even
sing music
chance of
to
it,
my
like okay,
heart, Bina. Yeah. When you say like this, Beena, oh, it's just beautiful, delicious, noble music to my heart. Beena.
Okay. So this
It's what we
is
are, Beena.
okay. One
It's what
part
we are, Beena. It's what we are. It's what we are.
exactly. Exactly. So one part is done, the hand is done, and the rounding is done.
Oh,
Yeah.
good, Beena. Wow, good, 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 Beena. Good, 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 good. I better put on
Yeah.
Facebook
So
again in case messages me. I'll hear it on the
okay.
phone, but
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just muting myself for 10 minutes still because I'm
all
going
right.
out
I'm here,
and
Beena. I'm
asking.
here. I'm
So
here. I'm
this is
here.
yeah. I'm here. I'm listening,
Uh,
but I'm just muting
oh,
myself. So
all
I will
right.
not be
All right.
close